probably going to lose subscribers, and I'm probably going to get struck by lightning. So what do they say? 2 out of 3 ain't bad. So welcome back for another week. Today we're actually going to do a little bit of a rant session, a little bit of an update as to what's been going on with me, with the podcast, with Grumpy Granny and all those different things. Nothing bad, just giving you a heads up what we'll talk about. And also what to source that people don't get attached to. So as you probably already know, I love Skylanders. I sell lots of Skylanders, and I'll show you some really good Skylanders in a minute. However, if I was to give recommendations to people, look, you can probably hear the thunder. If I was to give recommendation to people to what to source, and I do have a lot of people reaching out to me regarding Skylanders to ask what ones they should be looking for and all those different things, I think I've shot myself in the foot with Skylanders as a niche, to tell you the truth, because a lot of people become attached to them. But what I'll do is I'll flick around really quickly. We'll talk a little bit, and then we'll get to the crux of what we're going to talk about today. So what I want to talk about today is actually had 2 Skylanders that's come through for sale. They haven't paid yet, so don't get too excited. So about this character, so this is Chaos, is not the one that I've sold, but basically around this size, this is a Skylander Imaginator. You can always tell by the diamond black base. So the one I did sell was Chompy Mage. You may have seen him before, and I will flick up a little photo around here somewhere if he does pay. I've actually sold Chompy Mage for $900 plus postage to Canada, and another one for about $400 plus postage to the States is off to Texas, well, if they pay. And it's about the size of this, so you can look at the size comparison. This is what's called a Trap Team Mini, or a Mini Skylander, or a Sidekick if you go further back. And this is obviously the clone of the big bad guy in all the Skylander games. So that's Chaos. These are where all the Imaginators live. So basically what I want to talk about today is people are reaching out left, right and centre, crazy, asking about Skylanders, which I absolutely have no problem with. By all means, please reach out and ask all your things. However, at least do some research first, and this is what's probably going to get me slapped around a little bit. I have said before on the podcast, I'm more than happy to help people. I don't want people to lose money. Everyone knows my stance on paid memberships and following people blindlessly, for niches and all these different things. And I think I've fallen into that category as well, where people are just blindly following me for virtue of what I show, which is a bit kind of counterproductive to what I've been trying to portray. So what I want to do is have a little bit of a talk about Skylanders, have a little talk about niches and all these different things. I've had a lot of people reach out to me and ask me just generalised questions like, what Skylanders should I be looking out for? Can you tell me how much these Skylanders got? Well, go for, and don't send a picture, which is fine. By all means, send me a picture. All these just very, very generic questions. And no hate, no shame, anyone. I'm not talking about you, Tori. I haven't got back to you yet, but you're coming. I'll get back to you. So I did have Tori, the Geelong Flipper, reach out to me. Some Skylanders he dug out of his death pile. By all means, if I'm going to be brutally honest, you are better off selling them to me, selling to one of the big 3, or the big other 2 Skylander guys in Australia, or girls, I'm not too sure, but let's call them guys, because I'm one, and we'll just assume they're the same as me. You're better off selling them to that, because one's here, so I've actually got out 3 yellow boxes, they're completely full. The middle one, this one here was Shane Soda City Flips logo on it there. That's one's probably over about $20 each, and it's very, very, very low. The one in the middle, with the exception of the glow and dark ones there, I normally use those just to scare the kids because they glow pretty good actually. They're the probably $3, $4 each Skylanders, and the one there is probably the Giants that I'll never be able to get rid of too. Sorry, the first yellow one. Second one's all the Giants, probably about that $10 to $15 mark. And Skylanders, Spyro's Adventures at the front. Not that you care, because you probably don't know what I'm talking about, but long story short, 99.9% of these tubs on this shelf are complete trash, like literally complete trash. The reason why I sell them for is because I punch out them through variation listings. I promote quite highly, and I've promoted a bit lower now, so if you are competing in the Skylander competition for advertising, I've dropped it down to 10%, because what I normally find is that these are filler Skylanders, so people will take advantage of my multi-buy listings in the sense of saying, hey, look, if you buy 10 Skylanders, you get 10% off all these different things. So they'll go buy the more expensive ones, like I showed you a bit before. They'll throw a couple of $2 ones in, which is perfectly fine. I have no problems with that. And get their Skylanders cheaper that way, which is part of my business model, right? Which is what I want to talk about as well, so please remind me. I take my medication today, so I can't, everything's rolling around. So like I said, is that I've got some distribution channels for Skylanders now. I'm currently processing probably 400-500 Skylanders a week. It has gone bananas in the Skylanders, right? So my last week's flip buys data, and I will put it up here or here, one of the places. It's about just shy of $4,000 in sales, I think it was, and just shy of, I want to say $2,200 in profit. For context, I spent $3,400 in Skylanders last week. So don't go out and race out and try and compete with me. Like I'm saying, is that because it is very hard to compete with the volume game, and I can't stress this enough, right? So basically, once a seller is established in eBay, and this is not egotistical, this is basically true from what I've found, selling on eBay in pretty much bulk for a very, very, very long time, right? If you are selling variation listings, and I know Tori, throwing back to Tori, he did have a live a couple of weeks ago where he had a whole bunch of Goosebumps books and all these different things on a variation listing, and they weren't doing anything. My stance for that was probably they didn't have the right multi-quantity listing, the pricing wasn't probably right, the promotion probably wasn't right, all those different things. But to me personally, Goosebumps is a fantastic variation listing because they're quite plentiful. You can come across them quite often. People are looking for them, but you really want to be paying less than 50 cents a book for those kind of things, because personally, for Goosebumps, I'll be listing at $4.99 on a variation listing plus $9.99 postage. So you're encouraging people to buy multiple books. So yes, it would be cheaper to go to Grumpy Granny to buy a single book for probably $9.99 with free postage. However, with that $5 plus $10 postage, you're actually encouraging them to basically come and buy 10, 15 books and you're paying in $10 postage. It does work. It does work from my perspective. Everyone's business model is different. Just take that in consideration before you go out and run out and buy, $5,000-$6,000 worth of Skylanders. I'm actually dropping was going to be another $2,000 on Skylanders tomorrow. However, going back to my first point, I did have a lady reached out to me in regarding to selling me about $400 worth of Skylanders, which that's for what she had quantity opposed to actually quality, right? So she had about 200 Skylanders. A lot of $1.99 ones, but also a lot, or not a lot, but a fair chunk around that $15 and $20 mark. She did reach out to me, offered me for $400 plus postage. I had it all organised for postage, so basically I had it all send all ready to pick up and all those different things. Then she messaged me this morning saying, hey, look, my kids have been offered $600. Can you match that? And I was like, cool, no worries, thanks for that. I can't do $600, but if you do change your mind, I'm more than happy to do $350 plus postage now. So basically, you need to cut ties in these sense. You can't get emotionally attached to these things, which I do. I'm notoriously for getting emotionally attached to deals that I miss out on, or deals, all those different things. But kind of set a expectation out there, right? So basically, my first couple of lots that I bought through my distributor, they weren't fantastic. I did go back to them and tell them, hey, I'll give you one more chance. If they come through and the quality that they did like last time, you're gone. You're basically, I'm not dealing with it again. And that's primary part of the reason is that, and this is what I want to roll around to, and apologies if I'm all over the place, is that you need to build a brand. I know people have been talking about it and all these different things, and you can't tarnish that brand, right? So basically we have started a new website called Disgruntled Games. Yes, disgruntledgames.com.au. I think I'd know. I've been working on the website the last 3 days. It's through Wix. It's basically building primarily just for selling Skylanders. I'm running a lot of marketing campaigns through Reddit, through organic traffic. Once the website's up and running, I'll start doing Google ads, I'll start doing Facebook posts, I'll start doing TikToks, I'll start doing content primarily on the Disgruntled Games channel just to move people across to that perspective. I did promise you earlier in the year on how to actually create a business. I just sold something for $15 or Skylanders. How to basically create a business from scratch. So from my perspective and my long-term plan, the Skylanders website per se, Disgruntled Games, is more of a test subject in the sense of I want to see how Wix works. I want to see how online selling works from a platform off eBay from that perspective. I will be using eBay as a funnel, and I think I've mentioned that before. So basically all these different things, I'll be using all these different funnels. And if you don't know what funnels are, what they primarily are is that they're a channel you can move people or potential customers across to your website. So it might be that on the Disgruntled games website, or sorry, the disgruntled game YouTube page, or people coming across TikToks or YouTube Shorts and all these different things are redirecting into that website to buy their Skylanders from that perspective. So I have had a few people reach out to me on Facebook Marketplace wanting me to hurry up and get the website done so they could buy some characters, which was fantastic. So the organic traffic's coming through already. However, we'll put it somewhere on the screen, but I'm completely useless when it comes to website design. So what I've decided to do, and know your limitations, right? So what I've decided to do is actually just upload all the products onto the website. Go out to Fiverr or go out to one of those freelance websites and say, hey, look, I've done all the back end stuff, I've done all the different details, can you make it look pretty? So I do have a couple of websites that I probably will use as a template for the person that I reach out to and have it from that perspective, just to get them to do it. So I've done all the data on the back end. I just want to get some sort of legitimacy. I've got a logo, I've got all these different things. I will take a screenshot, and I think I showed you a bit earlier, just to show you what it looks like, go from that perspective. But currently it looks like trash. And the reason why I published it for is just to give it that kind of mentality to say, if it's live, it's ready to go, in the sense of saying, hey, look, if I left it draft, I'd probably work on it for 100 years and it still wouldn't be perfect. And then I'm just paying all this money for nothing. So just publish it. You can carry on the adventure from that perspective. But going back to what I was speaking a little bit about before, is that the disgruntled name per se is going to be a kind of a brand in itself. So I am launching a new website probably in that January, February range, depending on when I get time. It will be obviously not Skylanders, not board games. I get too excited. It's a bit top secret at the moment. But what I'll do is once I launch that, it will basically be that let's build a business together. And hopefully I know a little bit more about Wix. We can actually show it from that perspective. I won't show you how to get distributors. I won't tell you how to get distributors because I'll be primarily using distributors for this other business. However, and it's not Pokemon cards, don't worry. Don't get too excited. Or any other cards. So basically, primarily using distributors for this other business. But like I said, the onus is on you guys to actually do your own research, work out what's better for your business. What I want to put you to as well, before you reach out to me asking about Skylanders and all these different things, I want you to put in the comment section what your business, what you would call your business, right? So, obviously disgruntled octopus, disgruntled games, all those different things. But I would like to know what you want to call your business, because realistically, I find that people romanticize about reselling, they romanticize about all these different things. They romanticize Skylanders for some reason. Probably because I keep showing off the good ones, but please don't skip past the parts where I say like 99.9% of this is crap. I do have the blue ones here as well. I can't really see. So I got the blue ones here as well. So one at the top on the left is very, probably that $9.99 plus post below. They're all in variation listings. The ones on the right are your swappables, which would go for a little bit more money. And that's my postage bag for the weekend, since this morning, because I've already been to the post office. Blake's stuff's still there. So poor Blake. Although Blake did reach out to me and gave me some boxes ideas, so I can reach out and get some boxes now. So we're still moving on. We've still got the board games. We've still got all these different things. The board games have gone down a little bit. I have sold a couple of Zombicides, which is fantastic. I do like Zombicide. Primarily what I'm finding they're selling, this is counterintuitive to me, that would prefer to sell board games that are brand new, sealed, and all these different things. The ones that are selling are the ones that are opened for some reason. A lot of the Hero Quest, which I showed you last week, I'm down to the last two. I think I had about 15 of these, or 15, 16 of those, down to the last two on those. So everything's moving. They are open box. They haven't been used. They're unpunched. Unpunched is where they basically come on a sheet, those little things that you normally play, tokens and stuff. They're still on the cardboard, so that's what unpunched means. I'll stop rambling, I promise. We've still got Skylanders, and books and all those different things. All right, I haven't been electrocuted yet, so there's still a chance that you might have unsubscribed already because of my innate ramblings. But what you really, really, really need to do is actually start doing your own research, start doing all these different things, making sure that a niche that you want to walk into, or move into is viable for you, so you can actually find out a distribution chain. You can get that product. There's no use me selling arcade machines. I'd love to sell arcade machines. I wouldn't know how to ship arcade machines. I wouldn't know where to get them. I can't make them. So there's no point me going into an arcade machine business to to sell the arcade machines because I wouldn't even know the first thing to do. Yes, I can do the research. Yes, I can do all these different things to work out how to do it. However, the barrier to entry is too high from my perspective, right? So I don't necessarily think there's enough audience there to cater for that market. So you need to look at the audience. You need to look at all the different things. What I've told you before in regards to Reddit, reach out to people in the niche. Like, when I've asked you to do research through Reddit and all these different things, flip it around. Skylanders is no different. So I'm basically in all the Skylander Reddit posts and all the different things, speaking to them, dropping hints, dropping websites, dropping YouTube channels, and all these different things to go from that perspective. And when my website is a little squeakier than it is now, squeaky clean that is, I'll start going a lot heavier in that regard. So like I said, is just do your own research. By virtue that December, which we're currently almost in, we're in mid-November at the moment, is when a lot of resellers come to the market. They'll watch the popular YouTubers the popular resellers that YouTube punches through for them. They'll start jumping into Facebook groups. They'll start jumping into YouTube memberships. They'll start jumping into all these different things, but they don't need. I did watch a podcast, or I watched a video from someone the other day where they basically spruiked something that I've been spruiking for many, many, many years. If you're reselling, and if you just started reselling, turn this video off, turn YouTube off, probably work it yourself for the first 6 months. Once you've worked around your 6 months, you know how to process, you know how to do all these different things, then watch YouTube for hints and tips and go all those different things. Then reach out to the people that can take you to the next level and all these different things. Do not waste money by buying memberships, buying channel memberships, Facebook memberships, all these different things. Because you don't need it straight off the bat. I can tell you right now, if there's one piece of advice to take away from this video, A, don't buy Skylanders, sell them to me, and B, don't buy memberships unnecessarily, especially if you've only just started, because there's a chance it's going to turn into a gem membership where you're giving up and you're still being charged $30 a month. Anyway, that's enough for me today. My arm's killing me. Pulled my back out, coincidentally enough, pulling out the tiniest Skylander. So I've taken some Nurofen, which is kind of a painkiller for those that people don't know. And it's kind of giving me little twings. But what I'll do is I'll actually wrap it up here. Like I was saying before, is that by all means, reach out to me. Probably the best way now. I used to say Instagram, but I really don't have time for Instagram at the moment. Please reach out with octo@disgruntledgames.com.au. If you're going to ask me how much Skylanders are, at least give me some indication of you actually done some research, or you got a photo. I'm not going to just tell you which Skylanders you need to look out for off the bat. I'm not going to price them for you individually. So if you say to me, hey, look, I've got a whole bunch of Skylanders here. This is a general mix of it. Would you pay $200 for it? Because that's what they're offering. Yes, no. I'll answer like that, right? But if you send me a picture of a tub of Skylanders like this and say, hey, look, how much would it be for each individual Skylander? I'm probably going to ignore you. I really, really, really don't have time at the moment. More than happy to help people within moderation. I know I've said before, I was more than happy from that, but from my perspective, if you're not going to help yourself, I'm not going to waste my time helping you. Realistically, I know that sounds harsh and that's what it comes down to, but all right, I'm going to wrap it up there before my shoulder falls off. Basically, what I want to do, leave it in the comment section below what your business would be, what your business name would be, what would you call it, disgruntled octopus and all these different things. Personally, I know I've said many times before, I would stay away from Flipper, Thrifter, all those different things, just for a business. Try and be somewhat professional. Make sure that you are selling products that are decent. And part of the reason why a little bit of a ramble about Skylanders earlier on was because that distributor sold me quite a lot of Skylanders, and they had heads missing, they had wings missing, they had all these different things missing, which I basically use as generally fodder, in the sense of saying, hey, look, if there's even a minor imperfection with these things, if there looks like a dog or kid's bitten off its fingers, or there's a wing missing, or definitely a head missing, all these different things, I would never put them into circulation with my Skylander lot. So really what you want to be doing is building a business for yourself, in the sense of saying, hey, look, if you want to buy Skylanders, you come to the Octopus, or you come to Josh, or you come to this person. If you want to go to books, you go to Tori, or you go to Grumpy Granny, you go to whoever it is, right? So realistically, make sure that you are selling products that are fit for purpose. These things are collectibles. These things are toys to life. These are things that people cherished. Like I said, they're very nostalgic, and their prices reflect as much. But like I'm saying, is that you're not going to go very far if you're selling subpar products. Anyway, I've rambled enough. We'll catch you next time. Bye.